So when exploring the language of symbols, we can't forget the horse. As a Celtic symbol, the horse was associated with war. The Celts hailed the horse as the beast belonging to the sun god and assigned it a place with the goddess Epona. The Greco-Romans associated the horse with war and attributed it to symbolism such as power, victory, honor, domination, and virility. In Greco-Roman myth, the horse is said to be created by Poseidon and is devoted to Hades and Mars. Romans also believed the horse to be a symbol of the continuity of life, and they would sacrifice a horse to the god Mars every October. Keeping its tail through the winter is a sign of fertility and rebirth. Hindus believe the horse is linked to Varuna, and as such is equated to the cosmos. Buddha is said to have left this physical plane riding a white horse. The Native American symbol of the black horse represents mystery, death, night, secret, and messenger of esoteric knowledge. Then I saw when the Lamb broke one of the 7 seals, and I heard one of the 4 living creatures saying as with a voice of thunder, "Come." I looked, and behold, a white horse, and he who sat on it had a bow, and a crown was given to him, and he went out conquering and to conquer. When he broke the 2nd seal, I heard the 2nd living creature saying, "Come." And another, a red horse, went out, and to him who sat on it was granted to take peace from the earth, and that men would slay one another, and a great sword was given to him. The 3rd horseman rides a black horse, and is popularly understood to be Famine. Of the 4 horsemen, the black horse and its rider are the only ones whose appearance is accompanied by a vocal pronunciation. John in the Bible hears a voice unidentified but coming from among the 4 living creatures that speaks of the prices of wheat and barley, also saying, "And see thou hurt not the oil and the wine." Have you guys seen this footage yet? I imagine you have. It's really all over the place. It just came out within the last week or so, and it was apparently shot somewhere out in Saudi Arabia, and what they caught was, it looks like a horse, black horse, flying through the sky. I usually will not make videos on subjects like this right out of the gate. I like to wait a few days and see what happens. Oftentimes, if these are a hoax or some kind of a misunderstanding, it'll all kind of come out in the first few days. That being said, this video went viral. So the video's been out for a while now, and nobody has been able to debunk it. Now, that's not to say that people aren't putting out videos calling this a hoax, but of course there's no evidence as of yet. It's fascinating footage. And of course, I do believe these kind of things happen. I say it all the time in my videos. You know, the veil is lifting. More of this kind of stuff is going to be coming through. That's not to say we have to accept everything. We need to look at everything with a critical eye and sit back, use our wisdom, our spiritual discernment. But as for now, nobody's debunked this. So it very well could be a black horse flying through the air out there in Saudi Arabia. So now this footage was recorded in England, and it was taken several months back by a 16-year-old girl. She was out at the park with her mom. They looked up at the sky and they saw this strange black ring up there just kind of spinning around. And as she says, there were 10 other people there that watched this thing happen. They say it just materialized up there. They all say that it was not birds or anything like that. So is this another example of the veil lifting? Is this another example of the witchcraft the Illuminati are performing all around the globe right now? All these rituals. I do believe that things like this can come around sometimes. They're glimpses of the other side possibly. This is an example of the veil lifting. Perhaps that really is a spiritual manifestation taking place there. We know there are rituals taking place all around the globe now. This happens all the time, especially on the solstices. I've also mentioned in other videos kind of a dark awakening. We're seeing more of these satanic stories coming out in movies and TV shows and even in the news, real life stuff happening. So again, is this another example of that? Could this be an example of some of the spells and the witchcraft and the sorcery that's taking place right now? Like here's an example of where people will try to debunk things like this. Right after that story came out about the black ring up in the sky in England, Somebody put out a video saying UFO black ring in the sky over England explained, and they did a split screen here, and on one side, of course, is the footage in England. The other side was from a music festival from a totally different year, totally different country. It showed this machine that they used to create smoke rings, and they were using it as an effect for like big concerts, just to shoot it up there in the sky or whatever. And even right here, you can see these are not the same things. And the little girl and all the people that witnessed the one in England said that it stayed there for quite a bit, and then it just dissipated, just disappeared into nothing. And this one right here, you can see that's the beginning of it right there, but it's the same thing. It doesn't last near as long and just falls apart into smoke at the end. Hey, thanks for watching.